Hello.
Howdy, howdy.
Hello. Hi.
My name's Eric Kennedy. I'm basically just volunteering to help record and just help what I don't know. I ain't necessarily running for a candidate or anything, but so any of y'all planning to run for candidate?
I will if no one else does.
I guess I'll give you a competition.
Well,
I throw my hat in the ring if I knew a little bit more. Am I heard?
yeah, I've been around the EOS since the very beginning, since Genesis, and I guess you'd call me a fanboy of it because I use it on a daily basis. And I really believe in Dan's vision and all of that, so I definitely want to be a part of it. But yeah, I just volunteering to help us in whatever I can. So, if any of y'all
So
want to?
if you were running, then what would your proposal be? What would you do with the funds?
Man, that's just it. I would like to hear what happened to the other guy. I really haven't thought much about it because I haven't really planned to run and be a candidate. But I would love to hear any of y'all's thoughts on that.
I've got one idea that I came up with, and I used to be a sign maker in my earlier days. Can everybody hear me okay?
I
I
can.
can. Yes.
All right. So I came up with this idea. It's from a few years ago, but I kind of updated it for Eden OS. And if I was somehow, unfortunately, challenged with spending the money that Dan's donated, I would spend it on this.
There you go. I like that.
Make a whole bunch of yard signs, and whatever funds I had, I would make as many as I could and distribute them throughout the community so we can stick them on our lawns and show everybody where our loyalties lie.
Absolutely. Good idea. I mean, yeah, we need to start spreading the word and doing more advertising and getting more people on board and stuff. So anything that promotes that is a good idea. Sure.
I think so too. And there are so many people I talk to on a regular basis here on the West Coast of the US, where people have completely lost all their faith and trust in every institution, including political parties.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
We're all here certainly because we are hoping that whatever comes of Eden OS, it's at least going to provide an alternative to people who don't want to participate in the two-party system. I know every country doesn't run on a two-party system, but a lot of us in the US are looking for some kind of alternative. And I don't think a lot of people understand that there will be opportunities in the future that don't involve any political party. And so that's my primary interest in Eden right now. Is this is not an organization that attempts to become a new political party. All people with power become corrupted over time. All political parties, I'm sure, become corrupted. So this is because this is such a novel and unique approach to governance. I'm hoping, in the back of my mind, I'm hoping that this becomes something much, much bigger than a political party. And so that's how I came up with the idea to make yard signs. It's something that's familiar to people, the two-party system. And by introducing a new batch of people to the idea that we don't need perhaps a political party in order to have political power, this I hope is part of the revolution. But I have been a member of the EOS community since Genesis, and I am participating in about a dozen different projects at the moment. And that's my summary, that's my idea. And if you vote for me, that's where I would use the funds. On to the next person.
Very nice. I like
All right.
that.
So my name is Randall Rowland. I've been part of EOS since Genesis. Heavily invested as well.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, basically, for me, I think EOS is something bigger than just trading currencies. For me, I think what Dan has in mind can be able to help change a lot of lives, especially in Africa, because I was born in Ghana and I traveled to the US when I was younger, and I was able to make a living or make something good out of myself. And now I have a lot of things that I would say I take advantage of, but I feel like a lot of people are missing out. I would say the American dream because of the way the system is set up. So I feel like by making EOS like a currency is going to really help. So for me personally, if I'm in charge of funds, the one thing that I think I would be using the funds for is to create a lot of marketplaces so that we can be able to use EOS as a currency. Because by doing that, we will have the ability to not trade back to fiat like we are doing now, but people can hold on to their currency and have value that they can use the currency for. So basically, long story short, if we can be able to build marketplaces, if we can be able to build ATMs and terminals where people can be able to receive EOS as a form of payment. And for me, for example, I'm sitting here all the time, I'm thinking about how my healthcare field that I'm in, how we can be able to transform the system by using EOS. Imagine we have electronic healthcare records where people can be able to buy into insurances using these form of payments, right? So I think through that, and I feel like that is going to be a major step or change in what we are trying to pursue moving forward with cryptocurrency in general, especially EOS. So that's basically what I think.
Absolutely. I like the sound of that, for sure. Man, it's definitely and the sky's the limit, man. With EOS, it's a great technology and it's getting better. They updating it every week or every so often. Man, it's a great technology. And what about you? What is that Mockingbird?
Yeah.
How are you, man?
Oh, I'm great. I love this.
Yeah.
I love the marketplace thing. I think that's the next thing. It seemed to really help Venezuela. And was it Roland? I don't know if I got the name right. I think he was focused on the independence of the currency, being able to trade everything within that marketplace without going out to any sort of fiat thing. So I love that. That's where it's next. As far as what I would do, what I can do, what I think I can do. I write EOS Writer. I'm part of Crypto Writer. I've been part of.
Okay. I love
EOS.
them.
Yeah, it's more of that, expanding upon that. But I haven't been around as long as you guys since Genesis, and I'm not heavily invested. I believe continuity across projects would be great, whether it be interviewing projects, creating polls to see where one project is, how it'll connect with another one, just keeping the community informed in that way. I believe I can do that to a degree that adds value. Am I supposed to be able to see everybody at once in like a gallery view?
Yeah. Yes. Let's see, man. You go. are you only who are you just seeing
I'm
yourself?
just seeing you. No, I'm
Me?
just seeing,
Okay, clicking, see the top right corner? Do you see where it says view?
I have myself in the top right corner and I don't see view. I don't see view. I just see leave up there.
You see what?
Leave, a red button that
Okay.
says leave.
Do you see at the bottom where it says, say participants, chats, share screen, and pause?
Yes.
Okay, if you move your mouse, are you recording this?
I don't believe I am.
Okay,
I got the red record up there, but I don't think I am.
it says recording on the top left.
On the top
no.
left, I got the red, yeah, record.
Okay, well then it should be, you're recording.
All right, cool.
And so you don't see in the top right corner where it says view or anything?
Now I have room 1 and on the right, there's a picture of me and then right above me, there's the red leave button. I have 3 buttons that say more on the bottom. And I was able to get to a gallery view, but only to turn it off.
Oh, really?
So-
Well, I got the option that says speaker view or gallery view. You're able to, but of course, my button's in the top right corner.
Yeah, I've seen that before. I haven't been able to find it. I had a heck of a time finding it in the past. Oh, here we go. I got it.
You got it.
All right,
Good
yeah,
deal.
I got it. All right,
Okay,
thanks.
good deal.
Sorry guys for the time.
Hey, no problem.
We've
No
got lots of
problem.
time to kill here.
Yeah, we do.
So I have a quick question. Mr. King, SOV. So my question to you is, if I was to vote for you, right? And you make a lot of these yard signs, what makes you think that a lot of the millennials and people who are online are going to be able to, relate to that?
Good question.
I don't know that they will. This was the best idea I could come up with. I think that at this point, because so few people understand anything about blockchain or cryptocurrency, right? For most people, it's just a gambling market still. Even in the US, where we have so much access to information, people still don't understand what's happening behind the scenes. And we're members of an extremely small club. I was really hoping there would be more people attending this morning, but we have what we have. So the yard sign is just one idea to give people within our community, I would hope, the chance to breach the subject with their neighbors and friends who drive by their house. Eden OS, what's that? Why is that an alternative? In a very simplistic way of breaking the ice to introduce the subject of EOS, the subject of blockchain, this new concept of fractal democracy. This is something the world has never seen before. How do we introduce that to people? And that's my idea. It's just an icebreaker. It really is all it is.
Actually, if you replace it with edeneos.org, then you have a direct website link in Yards. So.
Sure, there's a little room left at the bottom of the sign.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
I could make the sign say whatever we want. That's sign making, right?
Now, you said, Roland, you mentioned how would it relate to millennials? Well, did you guys see the little doggy statue next to the bull in the Financial Center of New York?
Say that again. The what?
There's a little dog statue
Oh, okay.
about right opposite the bull in New York.
I hadn't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, that went viral. That went viral quick. And people started, I think if you start with the yard signs and then from there, anybody that responds, kind of make it a contest, who's got the best way to express what Eden EOS, you bring in creativity with the NFTs. Suddenly the object is to make blockchain go viral from a reality perspective rather than just a virtual thing.
Right.
And I love that.
And that's what Dogecoin, they're kind of with Elon Musk and promoting it. It's definitely, people are learning, especially younger people who, a lot of people really idolize Elon. And so with him promoting the Dogecoin and Bitcoin, he's definitely getting people to start learning cryptocurrency. And I hate they having to start off learning about Dogecoin, but at least they're getting in the space.
Well, what the little statue does is it replaces the little girl that's standing in front of the bull with the little Doge. So I mean, it's on many levels. And you're absolutely right. A joke as part of cryptocurrency, it's already considered a joke by many. So totally agree with you.
Yeah.
And so is the political process considered a joke by almost everyone. So who can judge?
It is, for sure. The people have no say-so over president candidates anymore and stuff like that. So I agree. It'd be nice to come up with a different alternative. And what I see with this EOS, man, it's a unique, what Dan has come up with the, what is this thing called? The
EOS?
yeah, well, what would the voting process like this? What is it called?
Oh, hierarchical representation government.
Hierarchical representation. I call it fractal democracy.
Fractal democracy, yeah.
Some people call it power of 10
Mhm.
elections.
Wow, I mean, it's very unique, and I feel like definitely the people. I feel like you definitely got a unique, and it definitely we're all gonna meet consensus in a very fair way, and so, man, it's we just, well, what you're saying, you want to spread the word to the non-crypto users. King SOV. What is your first name?
My first name is Brian.
Brian. Okay.
Right. People in Telegram know me for my work in the SOV project.
Okay.
So that's why I have that handle.
I got you. I remember that project. You still work with them?
Oh yeah.
That's great. But yeah, we definitely, a lot of people in the crypto, well, outside of the crypto community I can see, I've heard a lot of people about they get a little intimidated by the crypto,
Yeah.
especially EOS. And of course, all the ETH maximalists and Bitcoin maximalists, they've been against EOS from the very beginning. But I've listened to other people talking, for a newbie coming into EOS, it's it's hard for them to get a grasp on how it works and this and that. So with the resources and stuff like that, but definitely, I guess we need to focus more on the simplicity of it, I guess, and that with the EOS power up and all that, probably help with that, so you don't have to worry about staking resources and stuff like that. But I know that that's just a big concern for people coming into EOS, is that to me, I've been since Genesis, I've been around, and it's all second nature to me. It's the EOS, it's as easy as any other blockchain to me, but to the average person, it's pretty complicated. So,
can I throw in a little opinion on that? on some of that?
Absolutely.
So I was around for the genesis of the internet back in the 1990s, early 2000s. And I think a lot of what's happening in blockchain now is very reminiscent for me of the things that were happening back then, including the complexity of the system. People in the early days of internet did not understand how internet worked. And until, like you said, until things got simple, nobody really cared. No one cared until they had a reason to use it. One of the reasons why I am such a big proponent of the EOS.io software is because it abstracts all the complexity into very simple systems, or at least with the potential to become simple systems that people will learn to use. They'll use dApps and they'll use different blockchains behind the scenes, just like they're using a database without even realizing it. So I don't worry personally that people aren't using Power Up and having enough resources for their accounts. In time, that stuff will solve itself.
I agree.
believe.
It will.
The software will take care of all the people who need it, because EOS.io is the only software capable of scaling to the proportions that we need. It'll take care of itself.
Agree.
Yep.
I agree. Thank you.
And I
Right.
have, Roland, a question. You mentioned marketplace. Is there any way we can jump into that right now?
Yeah, totally. For me, I always go to the marketplace.io in Venezuela. That website, I always go and I always check it out. So the one thing that I always think about is, imagine if we promoted these marketplaces in Africa, in the US, in other places as well. That would really help a lot, because by doing that, but when we are going to do that, actually, we have to make sure that EOS is going to be a currency that we hold on to, that no one is willing to dump. Because once the market drops like this, people are looking for the technology that has a good sound fundamentals, so that they will hold on to that technology. That's what I do most of the time, personally. So if EOS is going to be sound, the currency is going to be valuable, people are going to hold on to it, they are going to utilize it. So once we have that fundamentals in place, then now I feel like if we have something like eBay, and people can be able to purchase things from other people using the currency, it wouldn't be a problem at all. We just have to market it very well. And that brings me back to this point. EOS Writer, I've never met you before, but I love you. I love your work. And me personally, if I was to have the funds, I wrote it in one of the Telegram groups. I'm looking for you. You are one of the main guys I'm looking for to help you continue your work, because that work is very valuable. Because there's a lot of people, they don't know the technology, they don't know how it's used, and they just write articles that are not true about the technology. So we need you. And Mr. Brian, for example, if I have funds, I feel like what Mr. Brian is trying to do is very easy, in that we just give him some money to also basically market, right? Because by marketing everything, we can now be able to get people to know about EOS. And once people know about EOS, what we would do is they would jump on board, get an account. And once they get an account, they have to utilize the currency. That is the key, to be able to utilize that currency. So if we can now,
making their transaction.
yes, making transactions. That's what I was getting to. So if we can now be able to have a marketplace where we are promoting, and people are able to pay for things like in stores. We have so many terminals. Like there's a project called PundiX. They have all these terminals all over the place. Yeah. So by having these terminals, having applications or APIs where people can be able to easily accept EOS in and out, I think that's it. That's like a real world use case right there. And I think everyone is going to be on board to utilize such a great technology that Dan and the team has built. I really believe in that.
I agree. Marketing is a huge need for. That's the one thing I'd say that's been lacking over the past few years. I mean, we got EOS is a great product, man, and a great technology. It just it just needs
It's
to.
so great. I love that technology so much. Literally, there's nothing that I would say I want from EOS in terms of like, okay, I get the money, I'm going to use it for me to do something. Now, everything that I get is going to go to the community, right? Because that's how much I believe in it. And I believe that it can change the world, especially with Eden OS. To have fractal democracy like that, where individuals from different parts of the world can sit together like we are here today and just reach consensus and pick one person who would be willing to share the wealth and give everybody what they want. You know, like for Eric, for example, I don't know what you are looking to do, but imagine you have a group of guys like we are right now, willing to fund each person's project, right? Because what I want might not be necessarily what Mr. Brian, right? Mr. Brian? Yeah, Mr. Brian wants, or what Mr. EOS writer, I'm sorry, what's your name again, sir?
Marco Gonzalez.
Marco. Yeah, what Marco might want. But because we sit here, we talk about it, we get to know each other, and we reach consensus. Now I know that we need to fund Mr. Marco's project. We need to fund Mr. Brian's project. And Eric, for example, you also need to fund your project because we all are in this together, I feel like, and everyone has a great idea.
I don't need the money.
How about creating a marketplace or just a website, very simple, easy to do, that lists on a secondary plane where those voting boxes as NFTs minted on, say, the Wax blockchain. Costs virtually nothing to do. People could buy those custom made as NFTs. So they very simple custom thing that they put into order on the marketplace, even if it's just via comment, and then we make it, maybe they upload a picture, and then they buy it there and we send it to them digitally or whatever, or to print it out or however. And essentially they buy it at our marketplace as an NFT, and they display it on their lawn.
That's an interesting idea, Marco. But before we get too far into the weeds, because we have plenty of time left, but just to be on the safe side, could we start the consensus making? And I will throw my hat out of the ring and declare that I'm voting for Randall.
Oh,
Yeah,
Second,
I second that.
I'll third
Man,
it.
All right, Randall, you win.
congratulations, sir. So I guess we were supposed to go into the Telegram chat, type in our room number, and at Randall Rowland. I think that's what we're supposed to do.
yeah.
Do we do that now, or do we wait until
That's
the
what I'm
breakout goes?
Let me look in the chat and see if anybody else is doing it.
Yeah, it looks like it's room, then voting for.
Yeah, they're already doing it.
Okay,
So,
then I will skip over there and do that right now.
so this
What
is
room one?
room one, voting for at Randall. Congratulations, Mr. Randall.
Oh, thank you, sir.
We know you will represent room one very well.
Yeah, and I hope we do something great and make EOS great and better than it is right now. Yeah.
Well, I can see that you want that, and I can see you have passion in this, and so that's what mainly I'm looking for. Somebody with some passion, somebody who believes in the project, sure, and so you're good in my book, and I mean, all of y'all, I would vote for all of y'all if I had a chance. But
Well, why
Eric,
didn't
what was
you?
your idea?
because I'm trying to y'all wanted him, and he was just a little bit, I don't know, I like his idea just a little bit better. But I like y'all's idea too, man. I'm all for supporting everybody. Really.
And I think basically what it is if because what we are doing is together, right? It's a big picture. So if I was to get funding, because basically all that I'm doing is just giving out the funds
That's
or
right.
allocating the funds for projects. So basically it's like we are voting for all of us because Marcos is a part of me, Brian is a part of me, and Eric, you are a part of me, right? So if I have the funds, I have to be able to allocate enough for EOS writer for him to be able to do his job. I have to allocate enough for Mr. Brian so that he can also be able to do his job and put these yard signs out there. And for Eric, you didn't really necessarily tell me what you really wanted. But whatever that it is, I think we have to talk about it and see if we can be able to make it work.
Well, I guess you can say I'm just a big supporter. I'm not a developer or nothing like that. I'm just I guess you say an EOS enthusiast, and I love it. And
So I know what you need, right? I think one thing we could do, and I've been thinking about it, is that imagine we create like a support system because people, they need support, like customer service kind of thing. Because for a person like Eric, you are always helping the community. You know a lot about the Genesis block, how it started. You know about Anchor. You know about Scatter. You know that Scatter is not developing anymore. You know about the details and history of EOS. So we create, because we have the community forum and we have other forums as well, but we create something that all the people who are willing to help, like customer service type of thing.
Or even a mentor program,
Yes.
taking somebody brand new to higher functions, let them just set a goal. Yeah.
And maybe if we do that, we can be able to educate a lot of people.
That's right.
And help people, come on board and for them to learn about the product that we have, I think.
I mean, teaching somebody the fundamentals of this, man, and once you learn the fundamentals, man, you can run with it because it is simple once you learn that part. Once you learn that part of it.
Yeah, you take somebody who's barely used crypto to show them that you can actually buy physical goods, you can create an NFT, and with one person working with you, you can do it all. You can do it inside a day, and the working individual can do it inside a week easily. And once you get testimonials like that, someone tries to use Ethereum or Bitcoin, they're like, what is this?
And the thing, like Wax, I collect NFTs, and I'm a big contributor to the Wax blockchain. And I mean, that's EOS IO. The only difference, I mean, it's all EOS IO technology. The only difference between Wax and EOS is the Wax Cloud wallet. And I don't necessarily, not a huge fan of the Wax Cloud wallet. I am for newbies and stuff, and it makes things easier. Of course, you don't control your keys and anything like that. So, I mean, it's kind of a slippery slope with that because, I mean, you don't control your keys, you don't necessarily control your funds neither. But it makes it easy. But it's easy. Go ahead.
You can, there's a way to buy or to rename a Wax account, and it's a higher level function, I thought, but I'm not that familiar with it, just simply because I haven't needed it. But most people out there don't have their own named Wax account.
Right.
Doesn't that give you control of keys?
Oh yeah, you can create a Wax account. But what I'm saying is you can create a Wax account just like EOS account, you can create a 12-character name, or you can go on eosnameservice.io and create custom names and stuff like that. But and yes, you own your keys. But your average new person who wants to just start collecting NFTs, they use the Wax Cloud wallet, because all you need is an email address to get it. You use an email address and a password, or a Google account, or you know, you can use your Twitter account to log into it. But you, of course, you don't own the keys. So they're owned actually by Wax. Now you can buy it. You can, well, I don't even think it costs money to buy it in Wax right now, but you can purchase the keys, and but then you won't be able to use it on Wax Cloud Wallet anymore. You'd have to, you know, take the keys and import it into Anchor or Scatter. So, but if you use Wax Cloud Wallet, yeah, you don't own your keys. And which people, newbies, they don't really care about that kind of stuff, because they don't know what a key is. They don't want to know, really. They want to buy that NFT, or they want to make transactions. And
It's our job to make sure the whole system is secure.
Yeah, well, and as far as I know, I haven't heard any issues with the Wax Cloud wallet. But I'm sure, I mean, just like anything with a username and a password, it can be hacked pretty easy. So, but
So
it definitely,
I feel like anything that you have to depend on something else, or you have to depend on a system, is never good, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, because the movement, or what we are trying to accomplish right now, is to accomplish independence, right? To be free. So what makes crypto so brilliant, or what makes decentralization so brilliant, is, okay, you don't have to depend on one system. So if you are not getting your keys, and you're not controlling your money, and someone can take over, then pretty much you are defeating the purpose.
yep,
That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But
Well, my opinion extends to the idea of what happens with the digital assets. Once you have your keys, the next level is, all right, well, what can I do with it? Because I'm in full control of it, as a server was in the past. So any calls to an NFT for reprinting on a website, whatever it may be, that's the next level. And it's understanding that it's more than just security. It's the internet 3.0 or the web 3.0. What does that mean? Well, web 1.0 was email. Web 2.0 essentially was getting HTML5 to get to the video point, or getting mobile going. So what is that next big step? And it's actually, well, I'm in full control of that asset and what that asset does. And that's not a hard concept to comprehend, if, you know, for to get across to people, but believing that it can happen, I think maybe is a bigger challenge.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, I know I've trying to remember what happened. No, I've heard horror stories about people losing their keys and or forgetting their seed password or something like that, and losing a whole bunch of money. I'm trying to remember. Have any of y'all ever been through something like that?
yeah.
Losing your keys, or losing money, or getting into clicking on a phishing website and they steal your keys. I remember that happened to me before the EOS mainnet launch, when it was still on Ethereum. Yeah, I think it was my Ether wallet, or my ETH wallet, something like that.
Yeah,
Anyway, it was a phishing account.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I lost. It was only like 25 EOS, but no, I think it was 50. That was back, I think they were $7, $8 a piece. So anyway, and that time, that was a lot of money to me. I was pretty upset.
So actually, I lost a lot of money with Cardano. So yeah, so when they first released their wallet, I bought a lot of Cardano, and my laptop was acting up, and I totally forgot to save my thing. So I basically wiped out my laptop, and basically up till now I can see how much money I have there, how much
Oh
ADA
man.
I have, which is a lot, but I
Okay,
cannot
yeah,
get
it's,
access to it. So I can look at it on the Explorer because I transferred a
that
little bit of
sucks.
money from it, so I can trace it, but I cannot get that money back. So I always use that as a lesson to learn. I always look at it. I go, okay, I have to write everything down and keep it in my safe.
Well, hasn't
That's
Dan talked about, or, I don't know if it was voice or, I thought it was Dan, different ways to recover keys?
right.
There's a way for me to recover that. I would be happy to have that because that's almost like $15,000 right there.
Oh my God, yeah, that makes me
Yeah,
sick.
I lost a lot of money.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Was that before it went up to $1 and something?
Before it went up to $1.
So at
80
first you
cents.
wasn't that mad, but now you're like, oh crap.
Yes, now I'm very I'm very
Damn,
pissed
man.
off with that. Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
But
So
I
we just have
think
to,
I think we've all kind of we've all learned a lesson in crypto, something that way. I mean, maybe not that harsh, but I know I have, and it's definitely. And I bet you won't let that happen again.
no, it's not happening again. That's for sure.
Oh. And
But
that, I
I
think
feel
some
like we
people
have
are
to
scared of that. Definitely
yeah,
scared, and
but we
I
have to
mean
make
that,
things so easy and a lot more easier than it was, right? Back then it was a little bit difficult.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah, but I feel like it's getting easier. I love Anchor
I do too.
because I'm one of the fewest people that actually wrote an article to Dan. It was on I forgot the name of that. He used to write on it starts with M. I forget the name, but he wrote an article about
Was it
intent
on
of,
EOS?
yeah, intent of code is law, right? So when I read intent of code is law, because during that time, that's when we had the those representations who there were a bunch of people who tricked people, stole their funds. You remember? And we had those representations. They were supposed to block or blacklist those guys from retrieving their funds. So we had to do intent of codeless law, right? So during that time, I responded to him and I told him that I felt like we should have made a universal EOS wallet. That would have helped with the onboarding process in the beginning. That's what Cardano did.
Okay.
So even though we didn't have a product that was like matured yet at that time, we could have been able to onboard everyone, and by now it would have been second nature to people. But we didn't have single wallets, and people were using different wallets. They were losing their keys. They were losing money, missing keys, all sort of things. So people thought that EOS was hard to get into, and now we have Anchor, which basically is doing just that. We are creating a one main wallet, which is very good, user friendly, and you can create an account easily, especially on the iOS. So I feel like now we are getting better and better. But before, we should have done that in the beginning.
Yeah, definitely so.
That's something that
Sorry, I disagree with you guys on this one. I see a whole world of people who can't take care of their own money in the fiat system and refuse to take responsibility for themselves. I think that the people who are going to use crypto at the power level that we do are already here, and they have kind of made their choices. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, because we have programmability of these systems, and because EOS is what we're doing right now is we're creating the governance structure that will allow those changes to be made that are necessary to help people. I think that we're putting the package together so that people won't have to worry so much about trusting someone else, and the lemmings will start to follow. I don't think we're going to get the rest of the world to adopt crypto the way we have. I think it's those of us that were going to are here now. We have found it because we were looking for it or we needed it. And the others are just going to have to wait until they find the need themselves. And the whole system is a lot easier to put together.
Well, I agree to that. I mean, because crypto is a lifestyle and everybody, man, you put a lot of time into it and a lot of research. And I understand a lot of people, they don't have time. That's why it's our job, I guess, to make it very simple, simplistic, and easy to use, because people aren't going to spend a lot of time to learn and to
right.
understand it. Because
and I think at this point, it's more important to focus on the markets like Africa, like Latin America, like Southeast Asia, where people don't have the resources that people in the West do, right? These are people who need to eat.
Right.
They don't have the privileges that we do. The blockchain economic systems open up whole new opportunities. That's why I'm voting for Randall, and that's why I'm really optimistic about what this technology is going to do for the rest of the world. I don't see a whole lot of opportunity left in the Western world for people to make good decisions for themselves.
Yeah, that's strong.
Yeah, I agree.
I see the opportunity in the West. I just don't see the vision of the majority of the people. And like you said, the motivation when it's needed, and it's needed by people right now, because we have an international, a global communication system. Things will catch on into the West secondary, and it absolutely has to flow that way. We can't focus first on those who have high-speed internet and discretionary things.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, internet definitely. That's the, I guess, the downfall to any of this. We got to have the internet to do any of this. I'm sure there's a lot of people who don't have it. I mean, in the world. I mean, I guess in America, you kind of live in your own little bubble and think the whole world is kind of like this. But I'm sure I've never been out of this country, and so you have.
Not to cut you off, but
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
What Brian said is amazing, and I want to just piggyback off that. So, you know, in most of these countries, right, for them to use their phones, like especially in Ghana and Zimbabwe, Tanzania, they have to buy points. The currency, the system is so bad. The inflation is crazy that when you go to work the next morning, the money that you bought, the money that you got cannot buy you anything, right? Wow. So they have a point system which is being run by a centralized entity. So the mobile companies, they give them points and they use those points to buy, I would say, minutes or whatever, and put it on their phone to use it. So imagine us going to these companies or these places with a decentralized cryptocurrency, which they can use. The economics is sound. They don't have to lose value in what they are buying. It's so easy that they can be able to do this. I'll give you an example. I designed a phone, right? I started my own cell phone company, designed a phone, went to Ghana, met with the president, okay? Gave him a copy of the phone. The one thing that was very, very difficult was security, because these guys will make counterfeits, okay? And they will basically sell it. But I was thinking through through the whole process, I was thinking through it. I'm like, imagine if I had built this on a blockchain. It changes the game. And now the people can use the currency that blockchain has to be able to buy things and, you know, fund things. And they would do that because I spoke to majority of the people there. They would do it in a heartbeat.
But would their
so the blockchain built into
the government allow them to do it?
Yeah. So it's like something that we sat down with a lot of the people, and now they called me recently. They were like, "Hey, your idea, we love it, because with COVID, we need phones and we need tablets, but we want it to be branded like for the country. Like it has to have the things that the people need. It cannot be something that, let's say, you're thinking about the US and you're trying to give it to people in Ghana because they cannot relate, right? So with blockchain, you can now be able to have a currency where, first of all, there's stability. You input that into a system or a phone, or whatever. You have the marketplace already on there. People can use it. And now, because everyone is controlling their money, you know, people are free and they get to do what they want to do, and no one is controlling how they interact with the world.
Here's a simple thing. This is a great use case. How much would it cost to conduct this whole Eden voting thing based on a point system in Ghana?
Like you mean like putting like a
We
value?
have 64 people, 64 phones for 50 minutes. Yeah, is that possible?
That's gonna be easy. That's simple.
I was just thinking people may not have 50 minutes to.
No. They will, believe me, they will pay for it because they are looking for freedom.
Yeah.
You see,
Well, no, I'm not saying they couldn't do it. I'm just saying, how much would it cost? A lot more, because to us, it's just turn on the phone and do it.
oh yeah. I mean, it will cost a lot more than, you know, than the US. Yeah.
You take that whole process, you put it together, and it's like, look how it can come together, and this is what was involved in it. That's a great use. That's a great study case for.
Yeah, but the good thing is it's going to be expensive, but they will pay for it. And the reason why I'm saying that is, when you educate the millennials, okay, in places like Venezuela, Ghana, Jamaica, and stuff like that, they are looking for something. They are looking for that freedom. They are looking for that breakout. So once you educate them and you give them tools like this, they do great things with it, and they will pay whatever that it is to be able to get something like this. They will pay whatever, right? So I really feel like, you know, what Venezuela is doing is awesome. Places like Jamaica, Ghana, Zimbabwe, Kenya, these places, they can start even using Eden OS. And it will be a great place to actually, because you don't need much to actually do this. You don't need much. You don't need a lot of resource.
Well, I did mention this last night in the pretest. When Bitcoin went into India about a year and a half or 2 years ago, there was an exchange rate of about $30. I mean, 30%, and that's not something you get with EOS. And even if you do, you don't get the transaction fees. So once you start getting use cases like Venezuela, you start pushing that around, and you say, okay, Ethereum, why don't you copy this? You know, let somebody else, why don't you give it a try? You know, suddenly that takes all those haters on Twitter, and they got nothing to say because they can't compete. And that's a big deal. When you can't compete with EOS, people don't see it that way. People see us as a secondary system. Wax, what is Wax? 150 out of so many. It's the most used blockchain. NFTs, Major League Baseball is on it, and it's nowhere to be seen in the rankings. Oh. And it's crazy that can even be.
Yeah,
it is. Yep.
Yeah. But I think with EOS, Wax, and all the other EOS sister chains, I would say, I think the reason why we have not seen adoption is because in the beginning we relied so much on B1. Okay, so when B1 had other things to do, they were not able to promote or market EOS as much as we thought. So now this is the time, and now we are starting to build. So so Dan is coming back now. So basically it's like we took a 3-year vacation. So he's coming back now. Within 2 months, we have Eden OS pretty much. Let just quote unquote, right?
Yeah, and I was thinking that. Dan said, okay, a blockchain that's functional, that people can use, steam it, they can get on there, type stuff up, earn crypto. It's functional, it's usable. Block one, a developer blockchain that people could spin off other blockchains, and it's not laden with fees or slow. Each step is something that's practical, almost tangible from the digital space. So I'm totally with you. Dan is
right? But think about how crazy this is. Within 2 months, he has this eating OS going, mind-boggling. So
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, what is the man going to do by December?
I know,
Hopefully
right?
take a break.
It's going to be amazing. So I really feel like, EOS is now coming out. This is our coming out party. And I feel like, the sky is the limit. We are going to do amazing things. And most importantly, I think we are going to change a lot of lives. I really believe in that.
Yeah.
Sincerely.
Eric, how do I vote for Randall twice?
All right, put it in there again.
I'm sorry, guys.
This is the new June
Guys,
2018, right?
Guys, let me tell you one thing, okay? How passionate I am. Do you know that I closed everything down today, cleared my schedule?
Yeah.
I'm losing all that money, and it's fine with me just to do this.
Well, hopefully.
That's how passionate I am with this thing.
Well,
Can hear it.
that's who I want to represent me. Then. Sure.
Yeah. I really feel like we will do something great. And I believe in Dan so much because I've read his book. Nobody knows. Like, I've been following this man for a long time. I never said anything. I never went into any forums. I never went into Telegram until when he said that he wanted to do Clarion. I was like, nah, I have to help this guy because the community is angry. So basically, you need people that can also be able to reach out and talk to others for them to understand that it's not that easy. It's not that simple, right?
Yeah.
So basically from day one, my whole thing has been, let's try and compromise because it's not that easy. Block that one, they have to do things that they have to do that we cannot be able to understand, right? But in all honesty, they are with EOS, right? Dan loved EOS. Dan's legacy is going to be based on how EOS does. Truly, I believe in that.
100%.
Yeah.
We are so early. We are so early to this game.
Early.
I'm not worried about any of it.
So early. And every hero needs a home. That's one thing I learned when I was very young. If you are going to be a great hero, you need backing, you need a community, you need a home. So people who rejects their family, who reject the people that made them, and go ahead to fight the battle, when they turn behind, they don't have 300 men behind them to fight with them. So to me, I always say this, is the community that makes the hero. The hero does not make himself. So I'm really, really 100% sure that he understands that.
Yeah, he reached back out to the old people of Steeman and Hive and talking about Connected Clarion. Absolutely.
Yep. So I think once we build that community and we have that connectivity, we will do something great. And for me personally, I'm going to do my best based on how things go to see if I can be able to get this in some parts of Africa myself. It's very important because over there, listen, they are not even thinking about any of this. Okay, they're not thinking about EOS. In Nigeria, they are thinking about Bitcoin. But I feel like, the first thing is we need the terminals. We need the terminals, we need the marketplace. We want it to be easy as possible. And then we get people on the field. So
can the phones be the terminal?
Yeah, the phones can be the terminal, right? We have to be able to give, because the thing is, I always say this, if you want to market something to someone and they don't have access, ability to be able to see what you're marketing, it's useless, right? So with the phones, we can be able to engage with the people,
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, Eric, I've got a quick question.
What's up?
Does this breakout end automatically or do we have to leave it?
I think they should, it will end automatically and we'll all go back to the main room. That's how it happened the other day at the, we did a little pre-run. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be how it is. They'll, what's the guy's name?
Dominic?
Dominic should end it on his own and send us all back to the main room. So,
well, before it all ends, I'd just like to say that I'm I'm glad to have met you all, and I hope to meet you all in person one day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes,
Absolutely.
SOB's still locked up.
What I would like to follow y'all on Twitter. Who are y'all? What is y'all's Twitter accounts? If you don't mind me asking. Or do y'all have
At
a
Air Chatter,
what's that?
at Air Chatter, or you can just type up Mockingbird Sparrow, it should come up, but Air Chatter.
Air Chatter. Okay.
2 T's.
Air Chatter. Gotcha.
I'm not on most social media.
Same here.
I don't blame you. Oh, y'all
I
aren't?
wish I
Okay.
wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Twitter's about the only social
What's
media
your-
I use.
What's
Oh.
yours, Eric?
It's I just sent you a friend request. I just added you. It is. So
The
none of
only,
y'all have a Twitter account, huh?
I
only
didn't see
social
that.
media is that I
Also-
have is Telegram. Is Telegram considered social media?
Thanks, son.
Some people do.
Yeah.
What
And
Not
actually-
very social.
what
but
about voice?
media.
Any of y'all on voice?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm on Voice, but I never posted.
I haven't either.
So Telegram, I actually got it because of Dan.
Right.
Yeah, when he was coming back, that's when I got it. Or else I wouldn't have done Telegram either.
Yeah, if you're in crypto, you gotta have a Telegram, man.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause that's how you find out the information.
Yeah.
But Twitter, that's all I use it for is crypto stuff, 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very nice to meet all of you.
Yeah. It's nice to put
And
Put a
Randall,
face
look,
to
we
the
wanna support you, man. And you know, you reach out to any. Well, I can't speak for them, but
yeah, he can speak for me.
you reach out to
Yeah,
me.
yeah, absolutely.
That's my Telegram account on my username, man. I mean, I'm not I'm not a developer. I don't do none stuff like that. I don't code, but man, I'm like I said, a EOS enthusiast. I love it. I know, I got quite a bit of knowledge from all the years experience using the blockchain and using Wax, and I use Telos as well. And what's the other ones? I guess.
they have Proton, they have
Yeah, you
all
got
kinds of-
Proton. There's quite a few more, but anyway. EOS.
Hey, Eric.
Yes, sir.
So you said you've never been out of the country before. How would you like to get on a plane with us, go to Africa, and spread the word?
You tell me
No,
when.
Dick.
You tell me when.
Count me
No,
in.
Hey, man, I'd love to. I'm all about, man. I want to support all of y'all. I want to support EOS or EOS. I don't know why I'm calling it EOS, but EOS. And that's what I want to do. I want to help the new people on any type. I mean, if anybody's got questions, y'all can send them to me, and I
Hey,
can.
Randall, what's the food like in Ghana?
Say it again.
What's the food like in Ghana?
I think you're going to love it. My wife is white. Okay, she's Russian actually, and she loves it. And my other friends, they are also white and they love it. So I think you might love it. You might not want to come back. Possibly. It's very nice. Yeah. I'm hoping that, because once I get off this talk, when we are done with this election and everything, I'm probably going to reach out to one of the guys who owns one of the media for the diaspora. All right, I'm going to reach out to him and I'm going to tell him about this technology, just to start, testing the waters a little bit to see how I can be able to, spread the news about EOS. Yeah.
Marco, are you coming to Africa with us?
Sure.
Hey, that'd be
Yeah.
fun.
I'd love to go skydiving too. Check out the scenes, go for some runs. Absolutely. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So, Brian, are you a developer?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Specialize in incentive systems. I'm a psychologist by training. And so my natural fit in this is to work on the incentive models, user experience, user interface, stuff like that.
How do I unlock my SOV? It's been stuck in me. I'm kidding. I'm older.
So, I'm a physician.
Oh, wow.
That's my specialty. Actually, and I own a clinics actually. But I also, when I was younger, I used to work for New York Economic Development as a technician. So I learned how to do basic coding, and I'm also a designer, right? So that's how I ended up, stumbling onto crypto.
If you're also a skydiving instructor, you've got the whole crowd to take care of.
Yeah, yeah, but I think we can do something special here. I really
What's your
believe in
take
that.
on blockchain for medical records?
That's why I brought that up, because I have something called ECW that I use for my clinic here, this specific one. And I was looking at it and I was like, man, imagine if we can build electronic medical record, allow it to accept the EOS, decentralized, but people can be able to keep their records, and then allow the physician to be able to get access to the things that he needs. And imagine if we can do something called ACO, okay, where we can start selling insurances, premiums to patients. And I can start with my patients here, where they buy into it. I give them EOS. They can pay me with EOS. All right. I take some losses here and there, but it's okay. Right. But with time, I can be able to convince all my other CEOs and other hospitals that, hey, this is a system I have. What do you think about it? Right. And we can be able to get people to buy into premiums. And then we can go from there, because we have to build a system where there's responsibility and accountability. Right. So these systems works better when you can be able to look at the risk assessment, and then we have to get physicians who are willing to work for free. Okay, in the beginning, until we're able to get the system to mature. Right. So I was thinking about that as well. Now, there's another thing I want to do in Ghana, which is going to be big. I want to start something called second opinion.
What was that?
Second opinion.
Okay.
All right. A system where I will get doctors here. All right. I will get surgical oncologists, surgeons, cardiologists here. And then we have doctors that we will partner with in Ghana. And they will see patients, and patients that are a little bit more complex. They will send us a consult, and then we will see those patients via telemedicine. Okay. And we will have to make maybe a ACO, which will pay those doctors some money, but that money has to be cryptocurrency, right? Because the value has to always hold. We cannot use their currency, because if you pay them in their currency, the next morning, that money is going to be nothing, right? And if you use cryptocurrency, you can also be able to control things better, because when you are in Ghana doing business, if you bring business in Africa, let me use Africa for example, in Africa, and you are not there, it's very hard for you to control how the business is going to get run. People are going to basically steal your money, right? But with cryptocurrency, you can now be able to have a control over the accounts and how money is distributed, right? And when someone purchases something, you can be able to account for it. Or when somebody is, let's say, buying into an ACO, you can be able to account for that premium. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no,
That makes perfect sense to me. And I think that using the medical system as an entree or an entering point for people into crypto in Africa could be a perfect solution because people
Huge.
will trust their doctors.
Yes, huge. So,
By the way, guys, room 12 already created an NFT. If you haven't seen that.
Oh, really? Here, I'm about to take a snapshot. Let me figure out how to do that. Oops. Stop. No. I'll do that. Chat. Oop. Well, it's gonna do it with my computer. Hang on. All right, tell me when y'all are ready. All right, everybody, get ready. 3, 2, 1. All right,
that's good. Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
I'll see about creating us an NFT. All right, let's see.
Yeah. Oh man, I cannot wait. You know, I cannot wait for us to start doing something real
Right.
big with this thing.
Patient.
Let's see. I think. All right, I'm trying to figure out. Because it says. All right. Let's see. Second. All right. If y'all don't know, for the second and third rounds of the test election, you will not be required to record and upload a recording of the break room discussion. So Randall, you will not need to record the next round.
Okay.
If you're aware. Did you record this one?
Yes.
Okay, good deal. So you know what you're supposed to do afterwards?
Basically, I have to go to Pinata and
Yep.
click on file, upload it, use
Yep.
the hash, and post it in the room, right?
Yes, sir. That's right. And what I'm thinking, it says at 450, no, it says at 1450 UTC, which is, I guess would be 1050 Eastern time. It says the participants in the breakout rooms will be recalled to the main meeting. But that was 35 minutes ago. But I know we started late. And I see people in the Telegram, they're asking, are we supposed to leave our break room? Or is that automatic? I have no clue. I'm waiting for somebody to answer them. Somebody answered an earlier one and said, let's see. I think the guys who get elected have to stay inside the room, so they will be redirected back to the main room. The others can leave if I understood correctly. But I don't know. I mean, I don't want to leave.
Well, I'm going
Yeah,
to.
stick
It's
around.
been a pleasure, gentlemen. Randall, good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
It was nice to
Hope
meet
to
you,
see
man.
you guys soon. Hope to see you guys soon. All right. So
All right. Well, I'm going to stop recording and go
Yeah.
ahead and stop recording.